Hey guys, love ya. Hope you're doing well. Caleb here. I'm back making a video because finally work has slowed down, so I have some time. And I thought I'd make a video about something I've been thinking about, especially because something happened last night in terms of attractiveness and how beauty standards differ greatly depending on where you are in the world. So, for example, for me, in America, sometimes I doubt I'm not sure. Okay, just looking at me, a girl just looking at me, if she sees my height, I'm gonna be maybe a 2 on a scale from 1 to 10 for an American woman. The women that would match with me on a dating app or website or something look like if you took a cow and it had like a bulldog's face, right? It's like, and they might not even be attracted to me. They might just be like, oh no, no one else is matching with me. So, and you might think, well, Caleb, didn't you match with them? Here's what I do. It's just save time. I'm not gonna sit there. I'm 30 now. So when I was younger, actually I did the same thing when I was younger too. But anyway, yeah. Or, they're not all like matching. Sometimes it's like you just look up people and you can send them a message, like some dating websites or whatever. Anyway. However, thank the Lord, I'm not thought of as ugly in other places. Here's the thing: if I meet a woman and she talks to me for a little bit, I'm pretty good at talking. I would consider myself very good. I think I have very high confidence. Doesn't sound like a very confident statement. I think I have high confidence, but I'm pretty funny. I think I'm pretty funny. At least I have like a good attitude. I'm not like I'm good to be around, I think. Oh my god, it's a weird thing to say, but seriously, because the chance of a woman being interested in me, if she meets me in person, is astronomically higher than connecting with me on an app. It's very, very low. You would almost think it would be the opposite, because maybe the woman doesn't look up. My biggest detractor is my height, okay? And that's basically, for American women, the number one thing, often by far. I've seen women with guys who have like dog faces, who have like just look like throw up their face, and they're with beautiful women or decent looking women. So I don't have a problem with that. People are attracted to what they're attracted to, and I've talked about getting surgery to be taller. I've talked on this channel about getting surgery to be taller, and if I have the money to do that, I might do that. But it's not such a big deal in other countries. So, for example, I've been in South America, I've been in Asia, and some areas of China, or some Chinese women, they like that a lot if a guy's very tall. But outside of China, from what I've experienced at least, it wasn't as big of a deal. And even in China, it's not nearly as big a deal as it is in America. I think Europe, it's very high. Also, I don't know Europe so well, but I don't think it's as it might be just a little bit less important than it is in America to be the height of the guy. I don't know exactly because again, I haven't lived in Europe. I've been to Europe a few times, but I didn't live there, so I don't know exactly about that. But it would be hard for me to believe that that was even more of a if that factor was even larger in Europe than it is in America for European women. So, what I'm getting to is there's an interesting channel, I forgot the name of it, but this guy says, go where you're wanted. And I think it's true. Another thing is, an interesting thing that I just found is, people say that looks don't matter, you shouldn't pay attention to looks, but literally everyone does. And it's actually, people might argue with me on this, but it's very different for men and women. And I looked this up scientifically. You can Google this too. Is like how much happier a woman is, correlated with how good looking her partner is. It's not really correlated from what I read. However, it is for men. The more attractive the woman is, the happier the man. It's not a one-in-one correlation, but it makes a difference in a man's life in terms of happiness. Now you can make an argument. Oh well, you still that's putting it on. You should be responsible for your happiness. You should be happy in any circumstance, or take a stoic philosophy look at it, something like that. Okay, sure, but if you're trying to get as many things in your life that scientifically are shown to make you happier, then I would say try to get as good looking of a wife as you can. Now, am I saying if you found the one for you and she's not particularly attractive, not marry her? Of course not. Of course not. But just from the outset, I mean, I don't have to tell this to anybody because most guys are different from me. They just automatically go for that. I do, of course, look for beautiful women, but because I had heard from society how much it doesn't matter and it's not important, I believed it. It seems like I was the only one who believed it. And then I realized that it actually doesn't make a difference in terms of relationships, because if there's not for at least for a man, if he's not physically attracted to his partner, at least in my experience, it wasn't good. It didn't work well. So I also try to do all I can to be as good looking as I can for my partner or for other people in the world in general. I think it's good to, people want to see beautiful things. If you look beautiful, it's better for other people. It's just nice, it's just a decent thing to do. Even if you're just going on a subway or something, right? And it's just nice to see beautiful things around, right? Beautiful people. So I think it's just a decent thing as a human being to try to look as nice as you can. Within a certain degree, you don't have to spend hours a day on yourself, but try to shave, try to shower, have decent hair. Going along with that, I try to be healthy and eat well and stay in shape and stuff like that. Again, not just for other people, but it's a good thing, I think. Anyway, so another thing, with attractiveness, once it's just past the superficial looking at this, is how interesting someone is, how good they are at conversing. And I think of myself as very good at conversing. If the other person is decent too, if the other person is just not good at conversing, just kind of boring, simple answers, Hey, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. What are you doing? Listening to music. Oh, cool. Like, this kind of just, no, I'm not going to deal with that. Um, and what I found is Brazilian women generally very good at conversing. Chinese women, it can be hit or miss, but generally very good at conversing. Um, Japanese women, I'm just saying my experience. Filipina women, um, let's see. I knew a German girl who was very interesting. Um, which I think is not, they're not known for being like conversationalists, certainly. So I think that was kind of a rare instance. She was like half Asian and her dad was from Spain. So I don't know. He had a lot of cultural mix, so that's maybe why. Anyway, Mexican women are usually pretty good. Trying to think of all that I know. What I found in my experience is that women from Africa and a lot of men from Africa too. I don't know what it is. It might just be I don't connect with them well or something. I would love to. I've tried many times, but it just doesn't seem to work in conversation. I don't know. I really have tried a lot. Some African guys that have come to America I have had great conversation with, but that I've met in America. But African women that I've talked to online, it's like they I don't know. It just seems to have no conversation there, very little. I talked with a girl from Africa who was sort of raised in Belgium, and she said it was because she hypothesized that it was because the women are like kind of taught to be more submissive and sort of like listen to the man as opposed to speaking, so that could be a reason. I'm not sure. I've talked with some South African people that were super friendly, but they were all not like totally black. They were like either white or sort of mixed race. So anyway, I have not done much, but I've tried to converse with some Norwegian women. Because I thought, hey, if I go to Norway, it'd be great to know someone there first of all, even if it wasn't a romantic thing. But if it was, hey, great. And they seem very intelligent, which is cool. But I haven't quite made the connection. I feel like it's a bit difficult. I've heard that like once you really get to know some Norwegian person, then you can be like friends for life. But that initial phase, at least from what I've experienced, it seems like they have kind of like a certain criteria, and you have to fall into that in terms of making conversation. Like if you come on too like silly or wild, they get freaked out or like spooked. It's kind of like approaching a cat. That from my experience, what I've seen, it's like you have to do it in a good way, in a nice way. You can't run up, but and do something crazy. And then once you're close, you have to like finesse it. You have to like keep a good conversation. So it's very hard, and I don't really like that. I like when people are like very approachable and natural and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna say I'm giving up hope speaking with a Norwegian woman or having relationship to any degree, friendship or otherwise. But it's something that I have not attained, as of yet. And I don't, like I said, so in America, on a dating app, I might be considered like a 2 or something. And so in Norway, I'm not sure. I would guess it would be about the same. Hopefully at least a 2. Hopefully not a 1. Actually, speaking of, I did match with some Norwegian women, or at least one. But nothing that seemed like, I don't know if match is the right. I think I don't know. Maybe it was a match. Whatever. It wasn't like a woman that seemed very attractive. But and also I think she had maybe a kid and tattoos, so she seemed like not very good. Which is, I'm not saying it's not a good person, but just not good for me. So, especially, I think the average Norwegian height is even higher than that of Americans. And I'm going to just guess that height is something that Norwegians, women also place a great emphasis on. Not sure, but yeah. If not, then I might fare a little better in Norway. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so for me, America, Canada are just the worst. Also, I don't really like American women. So it's kind of a mutual. They don't like me. I don't really like them, sort of thing. The best women I found have been South American, Central American, Central America and like Mexico, and yeah, I guess that's it. Hong Kong, maybe. But yeah, I would say, honestly, anybody in the world looking for a spouse, it's probably the best place to go, South or Central America, because the women, on average, seem to care genuinely much more for you, have genuine love. Tons of gorgeous women. The average, I'd say on average, they're far more attractive than American women. And they are often, it depends. Some of them are very intelligent, but they're usually very like friendly, and they're good conversationalists. So it's hard to beat. Hard to beat. I'd be interested in talking more with like Russian women, because I think the ones that I've known seem to have been quite intelligent. So that's kind of the other place I would look, is like maybe Eastern Europe or Russia. So I haven't had much experience there. I would be interested in talking with more European women, but I haven't had super experience. I've talked with some. I talked with some very nice French girls. And they seem good. So yeah, maybe, each country in Europe can be very different too, in terms of dating and women and things like that. But yeah, it's. I think sometimes I have an advantage as an American in terms of dating European women, because some of them seem more interested in American men than than men in their own country. But sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes they're not. I think it's like people are generally interested in people from outside their country. Um, and like I said, I think I'm a good conversationalist. So especially if the guys in your country are not that good at conversing, I have a huge advantage. And from what I found, I do not mean to come down like criticize anybody, but like I think the American guys are generally better at conversing than European guys. Hope people don't get upset with me about that, but that's just what I've seen. With exceptions to maybe, I don't know, like Irish guys or yeah, maybe Irish guys. Irish guys seem to be pretty fun. Anyway, yeah, so those are some of my thoughts on like dating and differences and stuff. And I guess one more thing I'll say with beauty standards is like, you know, again, like going back to Norway is I kind of have, so I'm of Norwegian descent and I have Norwegian features, like light eyes and light hair and light skin, and it's not something that's seen as very interesting in Norway. It's not that, it's not novel, you know? So that's kind of where I have another advantage in areas like South and Central America is like, these are very highly desired traits. And yeah, I mean, I would want to be with somebody who would really want to be with me. So if every day someone sees me and they're like, not that psyched, it's not like that interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't really want that. I would want that to be happy to see me. And of course, you know, it's not just looks. It's not just certain features. You get accustomed to a face. You love someone, and that spurs on what is it? Like serotonin in your brain and things like that. So it's not just like maybe I could find a great Norwegian wife or whatever European wife, but yeah, I think you get what I mean, right? I think I'll leave it at that. Maybe make some more videos. It's an interesting topic to me, so I'd like to hear what other people think, and I might make some more videos on this. And yeah, I was gonna put some images showing of like the women who would like what they look like if just through dating apps in America, or how the women look that I would match with in each country through dating apps. But I'm not gonna edit that. So anyway, why did I even bring that up? Thank you for watching. Love it. Take care. Have a good one. And yeah, comment and subscribe and like would be cool. Thanks. Take care. Recommend more videos for me to do. Cool too. Yeah, have a good one.